Hello. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's been a whole week.
It's been a whole week. So good. So good, bro. Have I ever told a story about how I realized I have a Californian accent?
Maybe.
Maybe. Because when I moved out to the Midwest, everyone would tell me all the time, they're like, you definitely have a California accent. And I'm like, I don't hear it. You're crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. And then I was watching an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and I was listening to them talk, and for some reason, like they do this thing that I've always, it's not a lisp, but like I kind of elongate my S's a little bit sometimes. And I heard the Kardashians doing it too, and I'm like, oh, is that what a Californian accent is? And I was like, I think I have a California accent, and I just didn't know it until the Kardashians opened my eyes.
Yeah. There's also like a thing that I think happens with this is very, very, very like overgeneralization and stereotypical nonsense. But
Please, stereotypical.
Like I feel like people from California, it can be the most subtle accent of anybody from California, but at some point, just a little bit of Crush from Finding Nemo is going to slip into something they say. And it's just happened to you again, like just a little bit of Crush just came into what you were saying a minute ago.
I fucking love Crush.
Crush, it's a good character.
No, it's I grew up there. It's impossible to get rid of. I can't. It's just how I learned to talk.
Yeah,
I was 5 when I moved there, Johnny.
Okay.
You know what? It is interesting though to see like the Chicago accent start to take over too. Like at some point after moving to the Midwest, people were like, "Well, now you say Chicago like the rest of us."
Chicago.
I don't hear that. I don't hear like I heard it there because I was intentionally saying it like that. But like when I say it like for normal, I don't hear it. But people are like, "No, I hear it," and I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it is with my like growing up where I grew up. Like we have a pretty distinct accent, I guess. Like lots of people all over the country. I've met people all over the country who hear me talk and they're like, "Oh, are you from Rochester?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's weird that you could hear that." But
You're scaring me.
Yeah, but I like it's really funny. Like I've always had kind of the inverse experience. I've never really noticed my own accent, but when I'm back home or whenever I was back home, like growing up and stuff, I could always hear when someone wasn't from there.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
Do I speak with a Midwestern accent?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Okay.
Like I think in the sense of like that, really like this is gonna sound really insulting, but I don't mean it in an insulting way. That like really like milk toast, like broadcaster type, like shooting for no accent that exists in the Midwest.
It is a thing. Yeah. It's really weird.
Thing,
that was a big study that people did. There's a big like not really study because it was just a questionnaire, but like they surveyed basically all of the states, and basically everyone said that if they had to pick like an American accent, they would pick Midwest.
Because it's almost no accent.
Because it's almost no accent.
Unless it's the easiest like to understand for the largest number of people.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there an accent that you have yet to do that you would love to try to do with a character?
South African. That accent's so weird.
Oh, interesting.
It can be really hard to do without slipping into. It is like I mean, because it's basically like a bastardized like Dutch accent.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to do without slipping into like a German or Australian accent by accident.
That or in New Zealand. Those very difficult accents that I'm like, oh my god, I want to try that.
You gotta go for it, man.
Yeah.
At some point, I'd like to try to speak like a local Hawaiian as a character.
Oh, okay. I'd love that.
It's super weird though, because like when I'm in Hawaii, my family just naturally, all of us, we just slowly slip into a Hawaiian accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when we come back, it just goes away, and I have no
It just
control
goes-
over it.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I mean.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you gotta start
when I'm
recording
like, what's a
yourself.
Hawaiian
Start recording
accent
yourself in
like?
Hawaii.
There's nothing there. There's no
You should-
conscious thought.
You should play
Yeah.
a waterbender. I feel like that'd be
Oh,
be
yeah.
excellent.
It'd be
Yeah.
Be
good.
appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a chance to play a waterbender. Come fall.
It's true.
I can't think of one that I haven't done that I want to do, at least publicly. Like there are accents that I like practice in
Yes.
private, and
Yeah,
then I'm like,
I
I can
understand.
never
I
do this
understand.
accent in front of a person.
I understand. I completely understand. There is something when, like when you're trying to do an accent, there is like a weird like I need to make it stereotypical enough that me, not an accent person, can do it, but not
Mhm.
so stereotypical that it is a stereotype and I'm just making fun of the person and the people in the accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very fine line between the two
Yeah.
of them.
Well, and I think too, like there's like a level of, at least in my experience, when you're trying to do accent work, you need to start at a place of caricature before you can learn how to grasp
Yeah.
subtleties.
Yeah.
And so like, you know, like for instance, like I just love accents. Like I love the way that different
Great.
people talk. I love learning how to like change the way my mouth moves to wrap my
Yeah.
mouth around words in different ways. And
Yeah.
so like I'll practice all kinds of accents alone. So like one of the accents I would never do on a show, but I practice by myself, is like a Japanese accent. And
Mhm.
like I really love like a lot of different Asian languages. The way they wrap their mouths around English is very, very fascinating, and like you look at like the nuances of it, but
Mhm.
it is like slips into this very weird, like unintentionally hateful place very quickly.
Yeah.
I can. I don't. Yeah, I get it.
Like,
I'd love to
so-
try.
There's no way I could do
So
it and not have people
Patreon
be like, "This
goal.
guy's a racist."
Patreon goal.
Yeah,
We'll
right?
have
No.
Johnny. We'll have Johnny do a Japanese
No,
accent.
no.
No, you
I'd love-
won't.
Dude, I'd love to do a Filipino, a character with a Filipino accent.
Yeah,
Just 'cause I love that accent so
that'd be
much.
fun. I mean,
Because also-
you're jamming Avatar. You can do whatever you want.
I want to know. Oh, I want to be a villain with a Filipino
Every
accent.
NPC is
You won't-
Filipino.
No, imagine the BBEG has a Filipino accent. You won't be able to help yourself from just like liking him,
It's
from
true.
liking him because
It's
how
true,
Filipino
true.
accent.
True.
I would say, on the topic of accents, just real quick, I really wish I could have committed. So you're talking about the this one. That's what made me think of it. You're talking about how you have to start at stereotype and
Mhm.
kind of come down to the realm of nuance. In doing like Tom is occasionally like in our
Yeah.
trophy
Trophy.
game.
Yep.
I wanted to do like a really consistent, like very stereotypical, like not the Midwestern accent we were talking about with no accent, but the Midwestern accent that is, you know, very John. No, not John Denver. What's the guy's name? Whatever.
There's so many flies.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be really consistent and like have those points of being really like obvious and funny, but it just kind of like I realized that whenever I do that accent, it's literally just like a few words to like say something funny,
Yeah.
and then I just couldn't keep it
up.
Keep
Sure.
doing.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it was just when I did re-listens as well. I was like,
Yeah.
That's just one I had struggled with because I realized I was not nearly as familiar with it as I thought.
Yeah.
I was.
As you thought you were.
Wait,
Now I'm
that's like-
thinking. Now I'm just thinking about a movie I saw recently with a character that showed up that had a very, very thick accent that was
Yep.
just so funny.
It was hilarious. Yes.
Yeah.
It was very good. It was very good. Wonderful. Well, we'll go to the Kingdom of Albion, where everyone is supposed to be British, but
It sometimes isn't.
and sometimes isn't.
and sometimes why?
You found a place to stay, a wizard's home, right at the border of Albion, and King Lot's kingdom, stayed at their house. I guess we should go back even further. You let Morgan Le Fay out.
Yeah, I don't know why Danny
and-
did that.
Yeah, Danny, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, I apologize. You know,
I'm not gonna lie. There was a moment I was like, they're gonna leave her here, which is also interesting as well too.
Yeah.
Um,
I know you were curious about like, oh, is Karis gonna do it? But the thing is, Karis, he has that virtue of mercy, but he also has that vice of courage.
yeah, he's a cowardice.
And
Yeah.
I think in his state of
That's
cowardice, he
interesting.
wouldn't have been able to like, okay, I'm gonna break this thing open because I want to save this woman.
Yeah.
He still
So,
had that
like,
thought in the back of his head.
watching that, and like me as someone who's just interested in the like dilemma of it all, I was like, I don't really care which way they go, but I think it's interesting either way. But
yeah, I like felt very confident that I knew what direction that situation was going, but I also was like trying to lean into Sir Gawain's sense of justice and thinking about like the thing of like I didn't feel like he could believe that what he was doing to King Lane was justice, and leaving the woman in the thing was also justice at the same time.
It was either one or the other. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the whole dilemma I was trying to pose is, obviously this king was doing something terrible. What are you going to do about it? Very interesting. Obviously sets up a lot of what I think will be the rest of this little story here. So you let her go. She thanked you. You went back to King Arthur. King Arthur was like, "Oh shit. Okay. You've got two options. You can stop her from making an alliance with King Lot, in which case this war will be averted probably, and lots of Albion lives will not be lost in the ensuing war. Or you could stop her from obtaining this key that I've hidden in a mountain in a wyvern nest. No, I cannot tell you more about why I've done that and what the key does.
It's a Horcrux.
It's a Horcrux. You always gotta have a MacGuffin. Come on. There's gotta be a MacGuffin.
A mega muffin.
A mega muffin.
Right across the border, we're going to Scotland to Mount MacGuffin.
We're going to
The ancestral home of Clan MacGuffin.
So after some debate, you've decided that the best course of action is to go after the key rather than stop her allying herself with King Lot. You made your way. That's where you found the wizard tower. Come to meet this delightful wizard that's all metal, all contraption and technology, but his soul is inhabiting this body. Alphonse Eric. Yes, exactly. Yeah. You stay in his house. Sir Karis walks through a door, finds himself back in Camelot with a catatonic and charging Merlin. Found out a little bit about something called Lottle and the Fifth Ward. And you walked back walk through the door back to the room, and now here you are. You guys rested. It's the next day, unless you wanted to do something in the middle of the night.
Why the hell's Merlin just messing with us to mess with us?
He's Merlin.
Okay.
He does kind
of true. I think at some point, if no one else is doing anything while we're sleeping, I do kind of want to do something. I want to do like a classic, like, "Hey Quintus, are you awake? Hey Quintus."
What's happening?
I want the record to show that Gawain wakes up also. Doesn't say anything. But
We're all in the same room. What is a curse?
When you spoke of the culling of the Fifth Ward, as you called it, and you said that's where you're from, yes?
Yes, I'm from the Fifth Ward. My family still has a restaurant there.
Have you ever heard any mention of something called, of the name of Lottle? Your time there?
No.
Yeah.
Nothing. Lottle. Is that like a street? Something?
I'm not sure.
Do you have a prophetic dream about something called Lottle in the Fifth Ward?
Perhaps more so just a thought. Must be nothing. Must just be the nerves getting to me in strange ways. Maybe it's this house.
If it entered your mind, it might have some value at some point. I wouldn't dismiss it, but perhaps don't lose any more sleep over it. Go back to sleep.
All right. All right. Good night, guys. Do you smell that?
Quintus is already back to sleep.
Theodore just in the corner farting.
I'm confident. I'm 100% sure that when you listen back to that conversation when you're editing, Justin, you're just gonna hear a little.
That might have been me.
background, just a little fart.
Sometimes mid conversation, I do this thing with my lips that makes a little sound like that.
Oh, okay.
Like a dog, like, or like when it sounds a little more like.
It just sounded like somebody farted, like, and I was like, it was quiet on mic, but I heard it, and it would have had to be pretty loud to pick up through everybody's filter.
So it just lets it rip. Mid combo.
Just need to take a break. Go check your pants.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So Karis is obviously keeping his more supernatural abilities from his band because he's not sure how they'll respond to it. He's not sure how
Sure.
Camelot, as like a nation, how the round responds to sorcery or magics in general.
Especially
Right now
having
he's
just encountered Morgan Le Fay.
Yeah, and so he's definitely keeping that aspect of himself.
I
from
think
them
that
for now.
reason makes more sense.
Yeah,
starting
that
out
reason
there,
would make
because-
more sense. But there would be like
There-
knights that we know
Yeah.
who use
Yep.
magic, and
Totally.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, some of what Gawain
But I
is
think-
doing with his sword is
Mhm.
also magic. To be clear, like it's not
Mhm.
just
Yeah, but especially after what Morgan Le Fay said to
Yes.
Karis,
Yeah.
he's like,
Yes.
I'm gonna
I think
keep this
that-
on the DL for a little bit.
Yes. That makes more sense.
Because I think he's seen how like Gawain's magic works with the sword and the other ones, and I think his magic does seem to work a little differently, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Like in its subtlety and like things like that.
yeah. I think like because we all have Magitech suits, and it's like the magic and tech. I think your guys' suits are just a little more tech, and mine's just a little more magic. But
Sure.
Mm.
it's like
Wonderful. Well, it is the morning. Theodore is awake and he's like, I made breakfast for everyone.
Thank you very
Theodore,
much.
you
Merlin.
are an absolute delight.
Theodore.
Oh,
Sorry.
Thank you. I try to be an absolute delight. Sorry, I just
Wonderful.
killed another fly.
How many flies on your?
There's
So many
so many flies in my house right now, and I don't know why.
and perhaps some food left over from when you were corporeal.
There were a number of flies in Merlin's study as well. Do you think they followed your consciousness here?
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought I had
See,
you.
that- he likes his tricks.
Justin, we don't need to like have me like re-roll or like we don't have to lose the exquisite food.
No.
bonus. Like,
No.
just, okay, we
Until
have it.
you use it. If you
All right.
actually use it, I'll make you read it. But
All right, sounds good.
it's a wonderful English breakfast, baked beans and sausage and
Ooh.
toast.
Beans
I
on
think I hit-
toast.
Yeah, the beans.
Wonderful English breakfast. A mountain of beans.
A mountain of beans.
The goal is to find the toast in the
And
mountain of
he-
beans.
He
Trick, no
wishes
toast.
you good luck. He sends you on your way and goes, I'll see you in Camelot. I mean later when you bring the wyvern tooth back to me.
Of course, Merlin. I mean, Theodore. Of course.
What a weirdo. A traditional Camelot game is just toast bobbing. It's a bin full of beans and you bob for toast.
Ew, gross, Danny.
If you take too long, the toast dissolves and you never find it.
So you just end up eating like a lot of beans.
God.
Then you just eat the beans until they're gone.
That's
Oh
disgusting.
no.
That's disgusting.
Party
I'm a
place.
lightheaded.
Camelot.
You. All right. Yes, I assume you carry on your way towards the mountain. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. On the way, you do find there's like you're like on a road, and down the road you can see that there is a couple carts blocking the path, and there are 3 armed people that are in between. This is past the border as well too. You see 3 armed people. One is wearing looks like pretty sturdy armor, and they're carrying a broadsword attached to their hip. And the 2 people that are flanking him have got these battle axes attached to their hip.
And that's the way we need to go.
That's the way you need to go. Correct.
Diplomacy first and all that. Hail, friends.
Oi! What brings you this way?
We are on a quest to cull a nearby wyvern nest. It has gotten out of hand and caused damage to our king's realm.
Oh, amazing. King Lot, yeah?
Do we look to be King Lot's men?
We are Knights of the Round.
I don't right know what you look like at all. I try not to make assumptions about people and all that.
That'd be a good policy. We are Knights of the Round, friend. We are sworn allegiance to King Arthur.
Amazing. Well, since you're doing benefit for the King Lot and you're Knights of the Round Table, I can offer you the discount. It's just 30 gold to walk past. I won't even charge you if you have to come back.
I don't think you're going to charge us at all.
This guy, right? All right. I'll
I'm just-
buy it. Tell me why not.
Because I think my steel can take your head from your shoulders before you can charge us a penny.
As he's saying that, I don't know if you were gonna try to like intimidate. This might end up just being like an 8 or something. But as you're saying that, Karis would like to try to use his ensnare mind
Yeah.
ability.
I think that's a good time to do it. You're so weird.
So
Karis.
it's not weird. I'm weird. So yeah, ensnare mind. You seize the mind of a human enemy.
Yeah.
While ensnared, they must take their turn to resist you. So if we were like in combat or something, I'm guessing they would basically lose out on an action.
Yep.
So they resist me, whatever that means.
Yeah, I think in this case it's a roll since you guys aren't like in combat.
Yes.
Mhm.
I think forceful makes sense here. I'm basically trying to force him into saying, because I want him to say like,
yeah,
it's fine, let him through, no charge for the king's men.
Okay.
So forceful makes sense here. I have 3 war dice. Is it worth using a war dice here? Well, we can see. I can see if I can add it after. Right?
Yep. We've decided.
Yeah.
We figured out that you can add it after.
Rolling thrice. Sorry.
And then I guess depending on how this goes, I was hoping to roll to intimidate them.
Maybe this makes that easier.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
So I got a 9.
Okay.
A 10. Sorry, plus 1 from the forceful makes it a 10.
Okay. Yeah. I think there's a moment after Sir Gawain says this, and there's silence, and the two people on either side turn to look, and he's just standing there, and he goes, "No, that's all right. You can let him through, the king's men."
We are providing a service to you and all the people in the area. So maybe that's our payment.
All right. Well, it seems like he's letting us through, so I might as well take this opportunity to go immediately.
Seems
job,
like he's
Gawain.
letting us. Seems like he's letting us through. We should go. Shh.
And then sort of like nudge Gawain and Quintus just to start walking.
We'll ride on.
Yeah, I spur my horse and start riding. As we start riding between them, I haven't been wearing my armor, but I just
Yeah.
put my hand on the hilt of my sword and it starts crawling across my skin.
Sure.
Quintus already injured his hilt, which doesn't seem threatening to someone who doesn't know what it does.
But he lets you through. The two other people look absolutely confused. They're like, what is going on? What is going on? And you pass through, and at some point you hear, "Oi! What are letting through like that?" But they're too far. They can't do anything. They won't chase after you.
That's very strange.
Karis, were you going to explain that or poorly attempt to pretend it wasn't you?
I mean, he just seemed to start copying me.
All right, the latter. I leave it at that.
Yeah.
It's just
Fine.
Why do you seem ashamed that you have magic, Karis?
Yes, no, you're right. It's just something I've picked up. As a child, I've found I'm easily able to subject others to my will. I try not to use it as much, especially now that I'm a knight. I think entrapping people to do my bidding isn't a virtuous action, but I found an opportunity. I didn't see any kindness in the intentions of those men, and so I used it.
Right.
I think the fact that a child grew up with an ability like that and decided to become a knight of the round is
I
pretty
did
incredible.
not use the
unto
ability
itself.
to become a knight, if that's what you're thinking.
I wasn't insinuating
Oh,
that, Karis. I'm
sorry,
saying
I was gonna say, I would never. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm saying
always
you are a
assumed-
good knight, Karis,
Thank you.
and a good man.
I always assumed the absolute worst, so I'll never be disappointed.
No, I mean, we took our oaths on the table. Merlin enchanted the table. You wouldn't have been able to take your oaths if you'd
And he
been
certainly
True.
wouldn't have been
by
able to
nefarious
hoodwink
means.
Merlin with some cheap magic.
Oh, yes. It's very powerful indeed. That was definitely Merlin, right? We've
Oh,
basically come to
100%.
the
That was
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
obvious.
Not a question.
Almost insultingly so, but I suppose we might as well take it as
I can't believe we waited this long to talk about it.
yeah. And we continue on.
I find so much joy in the characterizations of Merlin where he pretends to be like a bumbling fool and is also kind of bit of a bumbling fool.
Yeah, but in like ways
It's-
that don't actually matter.
It's
so
the
just
funniest.
funny.
It's the funniest version of Merlin to me, where he's like this incredibly powerful being. It's like, oh, that's just Merlin. He just fucks around and does whatever he wants to.
Yeah.
Uh,
Who's that naked guy screaming at the beehive? Oh, that's just Merlin.
That's just Merlin.
Just
He does that every Thursday. That's just
Oh.
Merlin's time.
we had the
Scream.
perfect example of that in our last Pathfinder 2e campaign. Nick Gumble.
Oh yeah.
It was a goblin sorcerer, and it was he played the sorcerer so like not typically that sometimes we would think he's a bard, sometimes we think he was a druid. Like I was like it became like a common line for me to say, "Wait, I thought you were a druid."
That's funny. That's funny. Well, you continue on your quest, continue adventuring until you get to a mountain. And it is, you got directions to it. It is the mountain in which you are looking for. You can see that there isn't like a path up. So you're going to have to find some way to get to the very top, which is where the wyvern nest is.
So if this were like Skyrim, then if we just spam, sprint, and jump, then our horses could easily get us up this mountain.
Or we
But
could
don't
turn
you
around
see-
and just Fusrada and blast ourselves
Sure.
up.
Yes.
But
Uh,
no,
But I don't know
it's,
the language of the dragons.
I think we need to climb.
it does seem that way. Well,
Right, friends.
We'll tie our horses
Begin.
here.
mhm.
Yes.
Begin our ascent.
I mean, for us, there's really no reason to tie our horses. They're just entirely made of metal. So if we just have them sit there, it'd be
Well, okay. He means like leave them with some.
My
tabs.
horse is a warhorse. He's incredibly obedient. He would also sit here if I just left him. It's,
It's, you know, it's not just because training him out. Anyways, but we would
Oh.
also be leaving like our packs here, so it's not like we can just turn our horses off. They probably need to be like active on like alert
Sure.
mode.
Sure.
Yeah.
Danger mode.
What
Yes,
model are
expending
these?
battery
What's
when my horse
their
can
battery life
eat,
like?
energize himself, and kick anyone to death who might try to mess with any of them.
It's true.
So Model 3 version of Warhorse, which
3?
is what you have,
Horsela Model 3.
yeah, the battery is like 18 hours, depending on how you're using it. If you're doing like a light trot, you can get about 18 hours. But if you're at a full gallop, you're pushing only like 10 or so hours.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's
So-
not
And-
ideal.
We have to
And
stop
that's-
and then solar charge it. On the,
Yeah, you got to stop
Yeah.
and solar charge it. And that's not even to talk about, whatever operating system your Warhorse is running. There has been
I
rumors that
jailbroke mine.
that Camelot Inc. has been like making their horses slower when they release newer versions. So
the older ones,
Oh.
you mean?
yeah, the older ones, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and I jailbroke mine so I can run this the Steam Deck OS on it.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah,
That's why he was talking about Tyrant. It was on the mind. He was
That's
saying
that's
that.
why it's
Yeah.
it's a steam powered horse. The Steam OS. Oh, so dumb. All right, I'm gonna start a clock. How about that? To get up to the top of this mountain.
Montan.
Mountain.
La Montaña.
Mountain clock. Let's make it an 8-segment clock.
Why not? Why not 7?
For Gawain and Quintus'
6
descriptions I have. For
I'm gonna
Quintus,
do
I have a
8.
small,
6
and for Gawain, I have
4
tall.
segment clock.
6 seems too little, and 7
segment.
is an odd number.
1.
So 8.
1 segment clock.
8-segment clock. What do you guys do?
Like Gawain shifts his swords to his back, like reworks his sword belt so it's kind of crossbody and around his back, and then just starts climbing, like
Okay.
using his power armor to like kind of like just dig his fingers into the side of the mountain and
For sure.
start working his way
Yeah,
up.
sure.
Quintus does something similar.
Sir Karis?
Karis. That's something similar.
Okay, I just you didn't have to come up with anything unique. I was just wondering.
No, I felt jealous, like Gawain
Look,
over here showing off.
It's just the clock is just get to the top of the mountain. How you do that, up to you.
Yeah, do you want rolls for it?
I would love some rolls. Yes, I would love some
Alright.
rolls.
All right, I'm gonna
and
roll.
I think what we'll do, we'll kind of treat this like a group roll type action.
Okay.
We'll
Okay.
I'll look at the highest.
Okay.
I'll look at the highest.
And any failures, you have to mark a stress. Whoever's leading.
No.
Do you want a particular attribute?
Yeah, I mean, unless you can convince me, it feels forceful.
Yeah.
It feels forceful.
Cool. I was asking
Yeah,
mostly
that
for
felt
them because all
forceful.
of my attributes are 0.
Sure.
Yeah, my force will plus win. I'm still rolling 3.
So
Taking
just want our highest one die.
Yep.
5 for me.
Okay.
Oh, am I still rolling 3 then?
No, give me the total
roll-
like you normally would.
Oh, you want the total?
6.
Oh,
I
8.
want the
I have 7.
6, 7, 8.
I misunderstood what you were looking for.
8. Okay, 8. So 8 is the highest. Yeah, I meant treat it like a group roll in that where in Forge in the Dark, you just count the highest one. In this, you roll, tell me your total, and I'll count whatever the highest between the three of you.
Gotcha.
So
This roll 3 dice, drop the middle. It doesn't necessarily feel straight up bad. It just feels weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it.
Yeah,
I do like
because
it,
I misunderstood what you meant by.
Sure. You want to add a war dice?
I'm gonna add a war dice. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's only a 1, so it's only brings it to 9. So it didn't even make a difference.
Doesn't change at all. I'm gonna mark off 2 on that segment. The complication, however, is that as you are climbing about a quarter of the way up, you hear and the flapping of wings as a wyvern takes flight and comes charging at the 3 of you as you're
That was the sound it made.
You know, I realized as soon as I made it that's not a dragon. That was just it was a bird.
Yeah, it was a distressed chicken.
Yeah. How about that?
Oh, there you go. I like that.
A little bit better.
It goes, hello, sirs. Stop there.
Hello! Pardon me, I've got to kill you now. So sorry about that.
While we're climbing, huh?
While you're climbing. So what the fuck do you guys do?
I try to ignore it and just keep climbing.
Okay.
So it's not human.
Single one of us has a ranged attack, huh?
Yeah.
It
hasn't tried to dive bomb us or anything yet, so I'm not going to do anything until it starts coming at us.
I don't think there is anything I can do. I'm just going to keep climbing too.
Gonna keep climbing. All right, that's fine. Give me those, those rolls.
At this point, like,
unless you're doing something
like
different.
our weapons, like, I mean, Karis had like his weapon out, maybe.
Sure.
And maybe he's like, just in case it comes, so we can make a more maybe reflexive attack, if you will.
Sure.
I rolled 2.
Oh, wow! Yikes!
7.
2 1s, huh?
Yeah.
I rolled 5 and 2 2s.
Well, he saved us because I rolled 3. That's with the +1. So Johnny and I both rolled 2.
I have 3 war dice. I'm gonna add 1.
Okay.
What's that big success?
So change the results. So I rolled a 5 and 2 2s. That would.
So you had 7 before. What'd you just roll?
You still need to take that.
Yeah, so it'd just be an 8 then. Maybe I shouldn't have done that because I'm thinking about it.
Well, I think you get to just add the war dice.
You just add the war dice?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's 7.
Okay, so so 13 then.
Okay, great, amazing.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was thinking about it as it affects the result like that. So like, oh, I rolled a 6. So just by 1.
No. I'm gonna mark off 3. So you have 5 of the 8 segments. You're more than halfway up this mountain now at this point. I think there is gonna be a slight consequence for the 2 and the 3. Which I think is that this wyvern dive bombs and is attacking Sir Karis.
Me?
Does he hit him?
No, I'm not gonna roll any damage.
Oh,
because you did get a 13, but yeah, he's harrowing Sir Karis. So Sir Karis is not going to be able to move any further without some way.
I'm being harrowed.
Wyvern.
Yeah. How close together are we?
Pretty close.
Sure, you can be close.
Like, are we close enough that like if Quintus and I started striking out with our swords, we could hit the the wyvern?
Sure.
Yeah. So
Sure.
I draw
Yeah.
my laser katana and start swinging at the wyvern. I'm aiming for
Yeah.
its wings specifically.
I'll try
Okay.
draw my greatsword as well.
Okay.
And wings are the plan.
Oh, wonderful roll, double sixes, opposite of my last
Ooh.
roll.
All right. Well, I didn't even need to, but I rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8. Okay.
Yes.
Sir Gawain, give me some damage.
So that would be I get +3 on this, not +5 because I'm not alone. So that is why am I so bad at math? 7.
7. Okay. It's still up.
Yeah, we'll see.
Are we did you hit it?
Well, I
But
got
it was
partial success,
With
so
an 8,
there
with a partial
gonna be
success.
something going on.
Yeah.
But 8 damage is what I rolled. So
8
Am I
damage.
able to also roll to hit it if I need to?
Yes, you will. However,
let's see.
6. Okay. That is enough to kill the wyvern, the two of you. However, here is the consequence, which is that at the end of that dive, you kind of like saw it coming for Sir Karis and slashed it as it was coming. You killed it, but not before it is able to get a bite on Sir Karis.
Ouch!
Whoa. I would
Can I
like for
roll?
you to reduce your max HP by
What?
6.
Is then it's an attack though, right? So I can try to block it with standby. It means I would suffer whatever effects.
Yeah.
If I fail.
If you
Or no,
fail, an
if
ally
I-
near you is hit with an attack. You can roll to parry the blow. Sure.
If I succeed, neither of us
Mhm.
take the damage and
Yep.
neither of us lose the max HP.
Yep.
If I partially succeed, I take the damage and
Yep.
lose my max
Yep.
HP.
Yep.
I will be spending a war die.
That's a good time to do this.
Well, you can choose after as well.
Sure. Yeah.
After is the
Maybe
result.
I spend more war die. Who knows?
I don't think you can. Can you spend multiple war die in one roll?
No, you can.
You can. Oh,
Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely.
nice.
You guys got I gave you all a war die for completing your quest, correct?
Yes.
Perfect.
Is that one to our max war die, or that's just
There isn't like a max war die. There's just
Yeah, there's
is there?
war dice are a renewable resource you can use to add 1d6 to any dice pool for each war die expended. War dice regenerate up to your maximum at the end of each quest. Several of my traits increased my maximum. That's why. I knew
then
about
it's
it.
probably only one. So you can only ever have one war die.
No, because it says
doesn't-
for each war die expended.
Okay.
So I think you can go over your max, but
Yeah,
if you-
traits can increase your no. So you wouldn't make sense to be able to go over your max because that's your max. But
Yeah.
Well, I
couldn't-
can.
your
because my one
max
trait-
can increase.
Oh,
Your
I
traits
understand.
increase your.
I understand.
Because becoming tainted, you gain 2 war dice.
Here's how I'm gonna rule it. Here's how I'm reading it.
Alright.
Those war dice that you gain in other ways throughout the quest or through taking a trait or becoming tainted can go past your maximum.
Yep.
But at the
Okay.
start of the quest, you only start with whatever your maximum is. You lose those extra war
It's not
dice.
really your maximum. It's like your quest set amount.
Correct.
Oh yeah, it's your reset amount.
Yes.
Interesting, because
That
it
makes
does
sense.
say
That makes sense.
it does say that your war dice regenerate up to your maximum at the end of each quest.
Correct.
Right,
Right.
which
So,
infers that it can
so in
go
other words,
higher
each
than-
quest you start with 1 war dice, but you can gain
Yeah.
more throughout the quest.
The term maximum is just what I was getting hung up on because like
Yeah.
Correct.
going back to
It's
like the
confusing.
common well of D&D, right?
Yep.
Unless something specifically tells you that it gives you temporary HP that goes above your max, if you get healed, it goes to your max and that
Mhm.
extra just
Never
falls
passed
away.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I understand the confusion, so that's how we'll treat it. So if you had any like extra war die from the last quest, they don't carry over. You just start the quest with the 1.
With 3 dice, I rolled a 12.
Okay. So,
Actually, 13.
so that is a success, thankfully. And neither of you reduce your max HP by 6, which I think might have killed Sir Karis.
On that one, because would my armor have absorbed that, or does it just say it's not damage?
No,
right?
No,
it
it's
reduces
not
your
damage.
max HP. It's
Yeah,
not
that would have
damage.
killed me. Yeah.
Yeah,
would've
that
just
would have
killed
killed
me.
you. So it's a good time to use stand guard.
Wait, did you roll a d6 and get a 6, and that's why he had to reduce by 6? Oh,
Oh my
dang.
gosh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Any other roll?
Literally any other roll. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst
but
kind of damage. I don't remember. There's a spell in D&D that does the same sort of thing, where it just every time someone hits you with it, they roll damage, but then you just lose that much from your max HP instead of taking that much damage.
ridiculous. But you see this bite coming, Sir Quintus, and so you slash with an uppercut after your attack and slice the head off this wyvern, and the body just plummets down.
Oh,
But the head stays.
And the head
it falls onto
too.
Karis.
Oh god.
Lands.
No,
The
that's
head
good.
falls as well.
Assuming, I mean, presumably it lands pretty close to our shit, so we can collect that
Shit.
tooth.
Sure.
on the
Yeah,
way down.
tooth, yeah.
Free tooth. So those are dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, let's
That was
should
close.
let's gain our footing as soon as
careful.
possible.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Continue upward.
I would like one more roll. I think this is probably going to be the last roll.
6 for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna add my last war die because I'm nervous.
8.
11.
Okay.
Good, because I rolled a 5.
Okay. Great.
I rolled an 8.
With that 11, I'll mark off the last 3 of the clock. And you are at the top of the mountain. You can see the cavern that the wyvern came out of. It is large. Clearly, there is more wyverns in there. You obviously don't know how many.
Mm-hmm.
But you also know that wyverns are they don't hang
They're
out in groups of
large.
like large. Yeah, there's usually maybe 3 to 4 at the max. So
So hopefully there's only 2 left.
that would be the best. That would be the best case
The
scenario.
ideal. All right. Well, I believe we should advance.
Yeah. No way but forward.
All right, they're just walking in.
Oh wait, Justin, I think my question still applies. When we got that dice as a reward for the quest, is that now a temporary dice we get here, or is it in addition to our maximum?
What dice?
You
He
gave
said
us
we
a
gained
dice
a
for
war
completing
dice
the
for
quest.
completing a quest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I
is-
think that's the basically like if you had spent your dice. It's like Gambit in Scum and Villainy, where like you at the start of each quest you get that.
So we could have only used that war dice between the 2
Or would it
quests. then?
apply to this
No.
quest because
Or
we
it
were
would-
getting at the end of the last quest?
It's that.
Okay, okay.
That's me saying like you're
You're
gonna
getting
get
your
another
next
war
quest,
die
yeah.
for the next quest. Yeah, exactly.
I see,
Oh,
I
Gambit
see.
is actually a really good call because like Gambit you can gain more, but you always get set back 2. You can just change
Exactly.
that 2 value in this game.
Exactly. Yep.
Mhm.
Exactly. Yep. Perfect. All right. So just walking straight in to the cavern.
Yeah.
Yep, well, that's what I mean.
All
I mean,
right.
What else are we gonna do?
All right. I don't know.
Dig a new one?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think helmets on,
Yep.
eyes like spotlight beams, like in
Yeah.
the old.
Like night vision activated.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was
yeah.
literally like lights are projecting out of our eyes to light up, like the things that we're looking at.
Oh, I like that.
That's fun too.
It's fun.
No, Karis
Uh,
opens his mouth and flames come out. That's how he lights up.
You
That's how
just
you see
a
it.
ball of magical surprises.
No.
You walk into what at first feels like an empty cave. You like look
We know better.
around and don't see anything. But then there's like a rock that falls in front of Sir Quintus, shatters on the ground. So you look up and 2 wyverns unfurl their wings and drop down right in front of you, screech, and start charging at you.
You 2 on 1. I'll take the other.
All right. Yeah, I'll take the one on the left immediately.
So
Okay.
ideally, Karis takes the one on the left with you. That way, your sentinel stuff can work in conjunction with him being there, but I get the buffs for being alone.
Yeah.
Being alone.
It's a good party comp.
Clever
Completely unintentional that we
Yeah.
accidentally just walked into.
Yep.
Securus at my back. And I
Yes.
swing. I do sort of like a sort of spinning thing where like I try to like uppercut underneath the wyvern's neck
Okay.
and like spin my torso
Yeah.
like all the way around.
Yeah. Give me a force.
He's so cool.
He is so cool.
They're both so cool.
So are you.
We were saying that during the fight.
12.
You're both
Yeah.
so cool.
I almost crit. but
So are you.
Ah, so close. All right, give me that damage then.
Alrighty. Man, I wish I had a way to increase my damage. I should have taken a trait that did that. 8.
8. Okay, it's
I mean,
still
2d6 is
standing.
good. I should probably.
Take duelist next time. You'll get a +1 to all your melee weapons.
That's a good idea.
I'm thinking about taking sentinel so I can get the 2d6.
It's nice.
Yes, you ridiculous min-maxers. Absolutely ridiculous min-maxers. There's so many cool ones.
It's not even really min-maxing. It's more just like taking powerful traits.
Traits. It's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
better traits.
It's not so much min-maxing, it's just maxing.
Max,
Just
Yeah.
maxing out, dude.
There's no min here.
Maxinista. Sir Karis. What are you doing as you double team this dragon, this
Yeah,
wyvern?
I mean,
with Sir
Garrus will
Quintus?
just swing at this wyvern
All
with
right,
his straight sword.
swang away.
With his straight sword. He actually has a bisexual sword.
Does this is the one that like his hand turns into a hilt and then it comes out of, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, just double checking.
I rolled 2 6s and a 1. So let's get that 6 out of here for a 7.
Okay, a 7. Do some damage.
Oh yeah. So it's a straight sword, so it's
Yeah,
1d6. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
2 damage.
2 damage. Okay.
A bit counts.
Honestly, at this point, I should just start using my key ring because it just deals more damage.
It just
on
deals 3
average,
damage.
I feel like.
Unfortunately, your sword does not pierce the scales of the wyvern. And as you get shocked by that, it allows it a moment to bite you. Oh no, I rolled another 6.
Roll a block.
Okay.
I've spent another war dice. I don't want to die.
Okay.
I don't want to die. Oh man, Danny.
So
we're really in it now.
if Sir Quintus misses, Sir Carius is going to reduce his max
gonna
HP
die.
by 6 and will die.
But also, if I partial succeed, I have to. I mean, I
You will
wouldn't die.
lose. Yeah, as the
But-
poison courses through.
That would kind of suck. Oh, come on, little baby. Okay, that is a 13 or 15,
Okay.
14 actually.
Okay, what do you do?
Oh!
What do you do? As you can see, Sir Carius is like shocked for a moment that his attack did not hit the wyvern at all. You can see the wyvern getting ready to turn around and just bite him.
Yeah, I think part of why, like, Quintus goes in for that uppercut, like I was saying, and I think he
Mhm.
partially gets it, but it raises its neck to turn its head towards Karis. And so he
Mhm. That's when he
sees
slices.
that,
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
and just as quickly as he can, he like he swings his whole body, and
Yeah.
with the flat of his blade, as the and kind of like he like pivots underneath the
Yep.
wyvern's neck, swings the flat of his blade up, and knocks the bite like up above
Yep.
Karis's head.
Yeah, I love it. There's like poison that sprays out, venom that sprays out of the mouth into the air as it. Ah,
The scales are too thick. I can barely pierce them.
Sir Gawain, what you got?
Yeah, so Gawain,
This-
I think one thing I want to like kind of paint a picture with is like I think that Gawain's armor is designed to like not so much to like absorb heavy blows like Karis or Quintus's is.
Mhm.
It's designed to like enhance his agility and his movement and like
I
keep
gotcha.
him out of the way of
I gotcha.
blows and things
I
like that.
gotcha.
And so he's like as the armor does its work, he's kind of just like moving around almost like a dancer, and
Sure.
like he goes in with his long sword and like kind of feints at one side of the wyvern, and then at the last second comes down with his katana on the other side as the wyvern kind of moves in a blocking position.
Dope.
Oh yes, double sixes, my first combat crit.
Amazing. Why don't you go ahead and roll your damage and add an extra d6 in there?
Oh, amazing. Okay, so that is 12 damage.
Okay, that is, even with its armor, enough to kill it in one shot.
Oh wow.
Man.
Yeah, so
Yep.
Gawain like does that faint thing and he comes around like the far side of the wyvern like turns its head to snap at him as he goes towards its right, and he
Mhm.
spins out of its way to the left and brings his laser katana down just through the base of its neck.
Incredible.
Nice.
Incredible. Having been smacked by you, Sir Quintus, this wyvern turns towards you and lets out a screech and just starts charging towards you. Its talons out. It's going to hit you. What do you do?
He stands he stands at first like he had his sword at the ready much nearer to his hip. It's a great sword.
Yeah.
You kind of have to for most of the time have it as your basic stance, but then he raised it above his head again in the sort of like challenge position that he used earlier or before. That's like 2 episodes ago actually. And as it comes, just gets ready to intercept its strike, which will have to be with its head, and just decides to, risk it all for that killing blow.
Risky
Risk
for the
it
biscuit.
You guys know I love those biscuits. So I love them. So yeah, I just roll forceful.
Yeah, sounds forceful to me.
Okay, that was a 9 with my bonus because I rolled an 8. I get +1.
Okay.
I'm going to use the +1 from exquisite fluid on this
okay.
roll.
Yes, perfect. Yeah, to make it a 10.
Make it a 10.
Okay, give me
and
that.
also, if you guys forgot you had that, you still have it.
I did forget.
Give me that damage.
Damage. All right. Please roll good.
Give me that Joe DiMaggio.
5 damage.
It is still up.
Yeah, it is.
And so we're
At this
going to have
point,
to turn to
King
Sir
Gawain-
Karis.
So since Danny had to step away for a second, it looks like can Gawain join the fray over here?
You can. I want to see what Sir Karis does.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
There you are.
They keep turning.
If somehow it survives,
the
it will
AC
be
too high.
Sir Gawain next.
Okay.
My friend Sir Karis, the wyvern is still up.
I'm gonna go for a stabby stab. Last time,
those-
Karis went for a slashy slash, and that didn't work as well.
Yeah. So now just stab it.
Deflected off the scales. I'm gonna go for a
Yeah.
more try to go for a more precise stabby stab. He's gonna let out
For
one
sure.
of his. He's gonna let out
For
one
sure.
of his.
Perfect.
It's 7.
Okay.
know,
Hey.
I have 1 war die left.
Okay.
Worth a shot.
I mean,
And Nick just reminded us we have a +1 to 1 roll, so you might be able to use the war die and just
Let's do
eke it
it.
up just
Let's do
enough.
it.
Yeah.
So
Spend those resources.
11. I rolled a 4 in the war die.
Amazing.
Nice.
Give me that damage.
6.
6 damage.
Awesome.
And with this, you take out the last wyvern.
Nice. Also, future reference. Under war dice in Fist Avalon states that you can add it to any dice pool. So we can use war dice on. Sounds like we can use war dice on other.
Oh,
They're used on damage.
On
And
damage.
use on damage as well.
I was
yeah.
keeping that in the back pocket for later.
Oh.
I was hoping nobody.
You can use it for other players' rolls. You can use it for damage. You can add it to enemy rolls.
Smart.
Fine.
The wyvern bites you. You lose 6 max health. I mean,
12
roll
max
die.
health?
Actually, 12 max.
You mean 12, idiot? Oh man.
Alrighty, tidy.
I mean, that was a pretty tight combat.
That was a tight
Yeah.
So
combat.
did they have 2 armor then?
They had 2 armor. Correct.
Man, it's almost like we all trained together or something.
They have 2 armor.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, we really are. These guys are moving in concert. They're getting the
Oh yeah.
thing
Yeah.
done.
Quintus, thank you so much. I don't know what. 2 times now so far. I don't know what I'd do against these wyverns without you.
Karis, we're a team. We killed these wyverns together.
Yes, but you
kept it from-
also stopped it from killing me, which I just want to thank you.
And you just stopped it from killing me. Did you see it charging me? I missed that.
I guess
attack.
technically, by killing it, I indirectly stopped it from killing you. I guess you could say even more directly. Stopped it from
Brothers, we
killing
can
you.
kiss and rub each other later. Let's continue on to the key.
They'll be,
Can't wait.
they'll be kissing and rubbing later.
You,
What a reward that will be for this.
As Knights
What
of the Round, it's required.
Yeah. All
was
right,
for the
everybody,
Spartans.
kiss.
Everybody kiss.
Kiss. You
Orgy
do see.
time.
You do see that there is a there's like a doorway. It's not really a door, it's just like an opening in this cavern that leads down.
So it's not a door.
You can debate me on whether it constitutes as a door or not. I'm fine with that, but I'm saying
Okay.
it's not a door in the traditional sense. It's
Okay.
just a
Are there
hole.
hinges?
There are no hinges.
Not a door. Let's go.
Is that okay? All right. All right. I guess if it hinges on that.
I mean, so I guess it could slide, but it
Yeah,
doesn't have
please.
something that closes the opening. So there's not a door here. There's just an
Yeah.
opening.
It's just an
I
opening.
might let that slide.
As all right, you lose 4 max HP.
No.
No, please, no.
4 max HP and 3 health.
Yeah,
No.
3 health. You have,
You're dead.
you have
Get out of
1
here.
health. You start making your way down, and as you continue down, you hear still the sound of a wyvern. This one sounds much larger than the others. It's also getting hotter, much hotter as you go down.
So wait, we're hearing more wyverns.
You were hearing a wyvern.
Oh,
It sounds louder. It's bigger. It's either the daddy or the mama.
The grandpa.
Or
is
the
it-
grandpapa.
Do you do anything, or you just continue down?
I run out of there.
should we?
I'm really scared this is going to turn out to be a dragon, but I think we need to keep going.
Do we want to break fast and have a quick meal?
Are you
Is that
injured?
that's a
No. Like,
I haven't been fasting. I've been snacking this entire time.
out of character. Neither of you
eating my
used your
trail mix.
exquisite meal bonus.
They have not,
Yeah,
so I
no.
will say that they will say that you can't give them another +1.
Right.
Oh.
I kind of wanted him to recover mine, but it doesn't make sense. So
I don't think
that's
it
fair.
does, unfortunately.
If it was worth it to really try it, like heal and
Yeah.
you get both
Yeah.
bonuses. But
Well, thanks to you, I don't think we took any damage really.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
true.
well, thanks
Just
to me and
too
thanks to
good
Johnny
at this
converting the heck out
game.
of the first one.
Yeah. This. So do you think it's a dragon in there?
It just sounds larger than a wyvern. I mean, it sounded similar, but
Let's hope for a big wyvern.
yeah, yes. I've no experience with. I mean, I've experienced now with 3 wyverns.
Which is pretty good for a single day. I'd like to just experience the 4th, slightly bigger one, and leave it at that.
Not a dragon.
Not a dragon. Let's
You
see
know
that
what's-
for, a couple of quests in. Like
Be
I feel like
be
we're
it the
taking this
dragon.
really fast.
Be it
Or
a dragon. Okay.
Yeah,
Or
that
what?
that sounds good too.
Maybe it's a Jabberwock.
That would be much less, Karis. That would be so much less.
Well, be it a wyvern, a dragon, or a Jabberwock, this is the quest you're set on. Let's get that key, yeah?
Quintus is kind of impressed and proud looking.
Karis is so glad that he's wearing metal over his cloth because they would see it
the
soaked.
spreading over his.
But Karis will plank on forward.
Let's get that freaking key.
Let's get this key.
Get the key. When you get into
Yeah.
the bottom of the mountain, it is a much more open room. However, it is blistering hot in here because there's magma flowing throughout this room. There's
This is the
a
most room I've
river.
ever seen one.
There's a river of magma that kind of cascades around in a circle around a central area, and in that central area, you see a giant wyvern. It is much larger than the other two. It is not a dragon, though. It looks like a wyvern. It's just much bigger. Behind that, there is a
He's a
pedestal.
dragon.
Behind that is a dragon.
He got us.
him! Got him! Behind that,
Point.
behind that is a pedestal that has a shimmering, like metallic and blue item on it. It sees you. It goes.
The item does.
The wyvern sees you.
It goes,
And, and
It was a
lets
genuine question.
I
We're dealing
understand,
with
I
Fae and magic, and
I understand. It could, yeah. No. The wyvern sees you and lets out a ear-shattering howl and pierce, and it is time for combat again as you fight this giant wyvern. This one is going to be a little tougher than the other wyvern.
Yeah. I think Gwaine rushes in first, like only one sword out this time, but
Okay.
rushing in and tries to like go in like straight on so that the wyvern will try to bite at him, and he's gonna
Sure.
try and like slide under and like stab up into it.
Sure.
underneath.
Give me that roll then.
Go in.
It's Gwaine, sir.
Sorry.
Still going.
I rolled a 9, but I'm gonna use the +1 from the meal to make it a
To
10.
turn it into a 10. Amazing. That's
Yeah.
great because you're definitely going to avoid the thing that you said it was going to do, which is bite you. So give me that damage.
Ooh, beautiful! I rolled a 6. That's a what I count. I don't count as alone right now because
I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're all
Yeah, so-
engaged.
so-
It's your
yeah.
turn.
So it's a 9 total for
A
damage.
9 total. Okay. All right. You did not one hit this thing.
Yeah, I was obviously totally fine with it not being like my dual
Yeah.
thing fully happening, but that's part of why I wanted to run in first to see if it would count as me attacking alone initially, but that's fine. I'm not fighting for it.
Yeah. I think it's got to be like I'm totally fine when you're like you take those and I'll take this one. Even though you're still the same combat, but like I think in this case, since there's just one big enemy that you're all fighting,
Yeah, makes sense.
doesn't really count. All right. You all see Gawain slide under this thing, pop out the other end, and hit it. What about the rest of you? Roll poorly so I can kill one of you.
Right.
That was a little,
Wow.
that was a little forceful. I think Quintus follows suit, coming at the other side of the wyvern, as
Okay.
opposite from Gawain, and
Right at the end.
what?
No, sorry,
No,
I
you
think
cut
straight for-
out like the last word.
Oh, I said right at the ass.
Yes, 100%.
Definitely,
We're the weakest.
definitely.
We're
It's
the
the
weakest.
It's where
Whoa.
Sicarius got the other one. So it was engaged with me. Yeah, so I will and just try to attack its rump,
Yes.
its flank.
There's no armor on the wyvern's anus.
Everyone knows that about wyverns.
They're armored everywhere but the anus.
Famously non-armored anuses.
That's a 7.
Okay. All right. So I would like some damage.
That is 4 damage.
4 damage. Okay. This
Not
thing's
bad, not bad.
definitely still up.
It was below average, but did I make it over armor, or can I ask that?
Barely.
He's got 3.
Barely made it over armor. And I think the consequence is that it like rears back from your hit and sweeps its tail at you, and I think Sir Karis would be in its path as well, and not Gawain since he's on the other side.
Hey.
Just following the narrative, my friend. Just following the narrative.
Hey.
Can I still roll to protect Karis from damage? Like, we'll still both be like knocked back.
Would that mean you take
certain-
double damage if you're both in the
you
path of the same attack?
If I partially succeed, yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
And if I fail, we're supposed to take the damage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not too bad. It's just 1 damage. So I think that's actually not even going to get past your armor. So.
Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. Then I have.
Now the
good.
real problem is that it does send you hurtling towards the river of magma. And I would like to know what y'all do to not fall in.
Okay. I would like to use forceful, and in lieu of blocking the attack, can I use standby to like grab onto Karis with one hand and shove my greatsword into the ground with the other?
Oh, I love that a lot. Sure, let's get them in. So
I didn't realize I was muted.
Oh,
yeah, sorry.
yeah.
No, but that's why we can do mixing. I was gonna say I was gonna try to stab into its tail.
As it's coming.
Say attached onto it, but I think I like Quintus's idea better.
Okay, let's do this then. Let's first see. You still have a chance to do something, Sir Karis. Let's first see if Sir Quintus can grab onto you with his stand guard roll.
Come on, little baby. That's a 7.
Okay.
Is there? Oh, wait, never mind.
So
that would be
you take it instead.
So should I just take his damage then? That's the compromise. Like,
well, there wasn't any damage. So
so
no,
wouldn't
we
it
each
be,
took
like-
1 damage, but then
It would
I would
just-
take 2. Is my point.
So it would still like if his armor's 1, he would end up taking
1 damage.
1 to his actual
Yeah.
HP.
Yeah, but the stand guard was to grab him, not to. I was
right. I
right.
was just offering
Yeah.
a complication that
I think
with what we were doing, but
I think here's what it is instead. I think that I think that you stop Sir Karis from careening over, but the force knocks you back even a little bit further. So I need the forceful roll to like stab your sword into the ground and stay on. You're gonna take a -1 to this.
okay. Straight rolling over here. Okay. Oh man, it would have been a 10. It's a 9.
A 9. Okay, a 9. You do it. I think you're so close, like you're barely at the edge. Like you're holding on. Someone's gonna have to come get you. You're gonna have to like pull yourself up completely.
Well, can the compromise actually just be that like I lose my turn in the next round?
That's fine. I was gonna say you take one damage, 1 HP, as you're like close to the fire.
Oh,
That would bypass armor.
okay. All right, I'll take that. That's fine.
After this happens, can Karis still stab his sword into the tail
Sure.
and go with the wyvern?
I mean, you haven't taken your
Yeah.
attack yet, right?
Yeah. You can just go at him.
Yeah.
Can I throw him at it?
How?
Well, Karis is like, I wanted to stab into the tail or say, whatever you would say.
Oh, and that's when you hit him into it.
Maybe Karis just straight up says, "Toss me."
Toss me. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. I'm tracking. All right, and that's the force that knocks Sir Quintus off a little bit further. Okay, I dig it. Yep.
You have to toss me.
You have to toss me. Don't tell the elf.
Don't tell the elf.
Give me that roll, then, Sir Karis.
All right.
Somebody. Come on, little buddy.
Forceful.
You got it.
No war dice.
Oh,
I'm tainted.
yikes.
Would you say this is courageous?
You're definitely living into courage for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Oops.
That's good though. That's good.
Okay.
I rolled 2 5s and 2 6s
Wow.
or an 11.
Amazing.
Wait, how'd
Give
you
me
roll
that-
4 dice?
Sorry, 2 5s and 1 6.
Okay, I was like,
I was
wait a
tracking.
second.
I was tracking. I was tracking.
All right, I was very confused.
Roll
Give
2
me that
5s,
damage.
6 6s.
Give me
5
that-
5s and 6 6s. 55
Good
burgers,
damage.
55 nuggets, 55 nuggets. Oh,
Clearly, when we spend an entire day playing a game, we just slowly get goofier.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Wait, I'm doing something.
That's so good though. That video is so good. All right.
All right.
Oh man.
Oh, 6. I got a 6.
6. Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm getting
Hell
hot.
It's still up though.
Why?
It's still
Wait.
up.
So you said
It's
So you
real
said that-
hard, but it's
you
still
said
up.
you said that was a courageous thing I did.
Yeah. No, you have to complete the quest, my friend. You don't get an unmarked tainted until
I
the quest is
do.
completed. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
That's
at this
really
point, Gwaine, like, I think maybe there's a moment while it's engaged with the two of them that one of its wings comes down on the other side where Gwaine is. And so what I want to try to do, we'll see if the dice agree, is run up the wing and like jump on its back and try to like stab down into its back.
I love it. I love it. Let's see if the dice agree indeed.
I think they do. It's a 10.
Amazing, y'all.
6 and a 4.
You are all swiftly taking care of these wyverns. Give me that
Oh.
damage roll. I have a feeling you're going to kill it, but let's see.
That is 5. So bad at math. It, like
Oh,
simplest numbers, and I just can't do them in my head.
y'all, it was so close. You're so close to killing it.
Oh my
So close to
God.
killing it.
Okay, wait. This might not change anything, but
Yeah.
also I do just want to state so under redeemed and broken, it states you have to complete a quest. But
It does
under
not say that.
tainted and renewed, it says you need to undertake a quest and successfully struggle against your vice.
Okay, you know what?
Undertake a quest with
Yeah, okay. I see that reading. I would give it to you. You can
Oh, wait.
okay.
remove tainted and become renewed.
I don't know. I don't know if this is going to push it over. It probably won't. But I did do 1 more damage than I just said. I did 6.
So close. So close.
Yeah, I forgot to add my general melee weapon
Okay,
Yeah,
wait.
yeah.
damage. So I only added
So
the katana specific damage.
this
Um,
might push it. This might push it over because of the advancement I pick.
I kind of like though. Let's become like I'm assuming you're like still narratively kind of tainted and you haven't actually gotten the renewed thing, because I think I'll just say this thing has 1 HP left. And I really love the idea of Cercaris being the one that stares down this giant wyvern in this magma room. You can see it's wounded. You know a wounded animal is just going to lash out even more. This is your moment, Cercaris. You can either run away or take it out.
Okay, so I'm not attached to it anymore. I'm like standing in front of it.
No, you are
on it.
You're
Okay.
like on it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys ever played Shadow of Colossus, but
oh yeah,
Karis will just go and do the when you're gripping onto him, the jump up and leap, kind of use the momentum of the wyvern flailing to leap up and stab down into him, spewing that black mist that'll the colossi spew.
Yeah.
No,
Give me that
I don't know if that actually
forceful
happens.
roll.
Well, yeah, let's
Sure,
see how the
wyverns.
dice feel about it. It's a cool image.
Oh, true. Yeah, I guess I never rolled. It's a cool image, but I never rolled. Oh dear.
You just got to deal 1 damage.
I just got to deal 1 damage. There's a 4 and there's a 6 there. The 4 is the middle one. It's a 9.
Hey, okay.
Okay.
You just got to roll better than a 0.
1 damage.
It's got to roll 3, right? Well, no, it's bigger.
You gotta roll a 4.
You got to roll 4 damage.
You roll 4.
Or 5 or 6.
It's got 3 armor.
That's 3 armor.
Okay, so you got to roll 4.
I got a 4 exactly. I got a 4.
Oh man!
In this moment, this feels very narratively appropriate for Karis. Tell me how you take out this giant wyvern.
Yeah, exactly what I said. He leaps up and sort of, I think no one sees this, but there's definitely like tears because he's acting in such opposition of what he's like used to, and he doesn't even know why, because
maybe like the heat in the room is like making the tears evaporate as they're
out. And then maybe it's for the king, maybe it's for his newfound friends, but for some reason he is putting his life on the line more so than he's used to.
He's being a brave boy.
He's being a brave boy, and he right in the nape where the Titans hold. Sorry, spoilers. Where the Titans die. He stabs down into the dragon's neck.
Amazing. Remove tainted. You're now renewed.
Nice.
Gain 2 advancements.
And you get 2
Yes.
Being a brave boy, aka who Quintus and Gwaine already see.
Oh, wow.
It was inside of you all along, Cercaris.
They were inside me all along.
They were both
That's
inside.
later.
Yeah, the orgy's after the quest.
Oh.
It's a DP of courage.
Jesus. I definitely got to find a new character sheet because I can either check off all the advances at once or none. So I need to
what?
figure that out.
Do you have a printer?
Yeah. Yes, I think I actually already printed one out. So I'm gonna
in between sessions, just print off the sheet. It's easy to track on the printer.
Incredible. I assume Sir Quintus hoists himself back up onto the land. And the wyvern is dead.
Oh my god.
Is Quintus closest to the key?
I think actually one of you two might be, because he got knocked back.
In that case, I'll just slide off of the wyvern and grab the grab the key. Upon closer inspection, like is there anything that seems particularly special about this thing? Like what?
For sure, yeah, absolutely. So it's like a rectangle with like a slit in it, and like in that slit, it's like a blue metal, and then around it is like a chrome sort of metal. So it's like blue and chrome. And it looks like it just has actually, you know what? It has a USB like
it's like an encryption key.
Yeah, you can plug it into a USB port. And on the chrome part, in like etched in letters, it says L.O.T.L.
One of you mentioned something about Lottle? Was that
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Karis?
Yeah, Karis was talking. Quintus is still like running, like he got knocked so far back in this cavern. He's just like trying to catch up to you guys.
Oh, sorry. What about Lottle?
Look, and I hand the key to Karis.
Sorry, could you describe the key again?
Yeah, it's like a USB stick.
Oh,
It's rectangular. It's got like chrome and then like a streak of like blue metal in between the chrome parts, and it says Lotl, L.O.T.L.
yes. This is exactly what I asked Quintus about back in Theodore's house. Do you have a laptop on you? I don't keep one on me.
Don't have it, but like I think like I'll take the key back, and like at the wrist, like some of the metal like forms like a USB port, and I plug it in my helmet, comes back over my face. And does it do anything? I mean, it might not. It's totally fine if it doesn't. But
Yeah, there's an error that shows up that says location not present.
I think we just need to get this back to the king.
Yes. Oh, I'm still shaken from that wyvern. Oh my gosh.
Yes, you did wonderfully, friend. And
You did. That was incredible.
on the off chance that we're wrong, and Timothy is not Merlin, let us not mention the key.
Theodore.
Yes, Theodore, not Timothy. I'm thinking of someone else.
Oh, I totally thought it was Timothy for a moment. That's totally got me with that. I don't know.
Maybe that's Merlin's magic.
Oh my god.
Anyway, when we revisit Tiberius, let's not tell him about the key. Just in case it is not in fact Merlin.
I'm assuming that you collect a tooth.
I was thinking I was going to collect a whole head.
Oh,
like, I think part of our training is like field dressing and everything, and so I'm gonna like just fully like strip one of these wyvern, like this biggest one, this wyvern skull down to only the bone with the teeth in it.
For sure. I dig that.
Back.
I will not make you roll, because it was just a fun little side quest. Or maybe I do make you roll and I give you an actual reward.
Okay, I like that.
Let's roll.
8.
An 8. Okay. All right. Wonderful. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's see. Well, you'll get it when you hand it to him.
Cool.
I'm assuming you head back. I'm not going to make you all roll, though, to climb back down again. I think you can just take the time to do that.
Thank you.
And I'm just looking at some fun things. Let's see. How are you all?
Really good.
Yeah?
I really like this game. I think I just really like Fist in general.
It's
but
pretty fun. It's
flavor
really
is
cool.
also really good.
I would love to play the original Fist as well, and like you could play it so campy, but you could also play it like so serious as well too.
Yeah, I'm liking the game in general. We know I love some combat, but the flavor is really doing it for me. I think I needed some some high fantasy in my life.
Yeah, I'm digging it a lot.
Yeah, for me, it seems to be very much catering on all sides. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with it.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
I just became a lot less squishy.
Oh, good.
Oh, did you take? Okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
nice.
If you, I'm definitely down to just introduce the traits I took in the fiction.
For sure.
that's
For sure.
Go for it.
Yeah. So yeah, as we leave this, section of the mountain we were in and we climb down, we're walking, we're getting ready to get on our horses, and we hear a cacophony of crows cawing in the distance.
Okay.
As they become ever louder. And suddenly, before Quintus and Gawain really have much time to react, this massive murder of crows seems to envelop around Karis.
Mhm.
And Karis seems equally stunned. He's like, what the? Where they then just disperse amongst the forest and maybe the trees surrounding.
What the heck was that about?
I don't know. I took 2 traits for my 2 advancements. I took murder.
Random crows.
Murder. What does murder
Yep.
do?
You're
That's the
followed by
bird.
a heckling murder of crows that spouts various ominous phrases, some helpful in parentheses, some helpful. The crows circle when someone is soon to die, foreshadowing danger. You may command the crows to circle around an enemy who takes +1 damage from all sources until the crows get bored and leave. It comes with
Interesting.
it comes with the equipment bird seed, which I can use to guarantee 1 helpful omen and only has 1 use.
Okay.
And it also gives me +1 tactical.
That is so cool. What was
Jinx
it,
is
murder?
also murder. Jinx is also very cool.
Murder Jinx.
Yeah, Jinx reads, I like how these traits can also give you like stats. Like Jinx gave me +1d6 to my health, which was great because I rolled a 6 on that.
Amazing.
Where's Jinx? I lost it.
Bad luck has followed you for your entire life. Once
Yes.
permission, you can say, I feel like something bad is about to happen, or an
Got a
equivalent
bad
phrase,
feeling about this.
and it does. It will be bad for you and all nearby characters. The resulting catastrophe completely interrupts the scene and can cancel incoming damage, disorient enemies, etc. That's very
Yes,
cool.
and it also gives me a mirror, which I can break to reroll any roll and take
Sure.
the lower result. The lower
Sure.
result.
Yeah,
Okay, interesting.
that's very
Any
interesting.
roll though, so I can okay.
Yeah,
So could I break that to reroll enemy rolls?
sure. Why not?
And that's one that gives me +1d6 HP. So yeah, so obviously the Jinx isn't as apparent as the murder ability that I just
That's
introduced.
very, very fun. How many traits do each of you have?
I have 3.
Okay.
I have 4.
Okay.
Oh, I have
Did
4.
you forget your
obvious.
rank? Oh
we
no,
count the
that's
rank
right.
one?
Johnny did 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
4, 3. Okay, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, we don't count
Amazing.
the ranked one, right?
You do count the rank one.
So I have 5 then.
You have 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Incredible. All right. All right. You climb down, you go back to Theodore's house. He's like, "Oh, hello. You're back. Oh, is that a wyvern head?
It is for you.
Wonderful. Amazing. Come in. Would you like some tea? I keep making tea, but I don't need to drink it."
It's just a plethora of kettles full of tea just throughout his house.
I have no need for it. So please
What do you mean by need? Oh, you don't have a corporeal form. That's right.
don't have a corporeal form. Correct.
Simply declaring things like I have no need for it is slightly off-putting, but I understand.
Oh, it physically does nothing for me. My body can't process liquids or food, and it does not expel the waste. Is that
Do you
clear?
experience love?
Yes,
it's
of
clear enough.
course.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
He loves all
Yes,
the
I-
people of Albion.
I have a soul. I love all the people of Albion, King Arthur included. I mean, yes, everyone.
Anyways,
Good. Wonderful.
Wonderful. Thank you for the wyvern head. Let's see. I think reward is in order. Yes?
If you see fit, I did not do it for reward.
Now
I've collected. Sorry, I know this is a little after the fact, but could I have collected a bunch of wyvern venom?
Sure. You're gonna have to roll. You're gonna have to roll for it, but sure.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Breaking
Oh,
the
that's dope.
narrative. I would say it's creative because I'm trying to
I dig it.
be creative. Uh, 8. So
Neat.
crazy.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say that you pick up enough for maybe like one coating.
Okay.
Okay. Theodore goes, yes, well, I've got these potions. I don't quite know what they do, but you're welcome to try one of them. If you're not interested in the potion, I could just cast a spell and make you a little bit healthier. In mechanical parlance, each one of these potions is going to give you a trait. But I want it to offer the extra health in the normal roll 2d6 and take a lower because I know Danny already has 5.
I won't be able to. Yeah.
So if you did take the potion, you would have to just replace this with
Yeah.
one of the others. Now, there
Because
are
to pick a 6th trait, I need it needs to be super special circumstances.
you do need special circumstances. So there are 3 potions. There is one that almost is like mist. It's not even viscous at all. It's almost just like mist in a bottle. There is another that unfortunately kind of has like a flesh toned color to it. And then the last is like bright Ninja Turtle green.
And these all just do the health thing, or these all give a trait?
They are going to give you a trait, and I already know which trait it's going to give you depending on which one you drink.
I'll drink the first one. The mist.
They're like preloaded traits.
They are preloaded, yes. You drink you can take time to like sort it out amongst you if you're like, I don't want that one.
Sorry, can I hear the descriptions one more time? I apologize.
Yes. There's one that's not viscous. It's just like almost like dark mist in a bottle.
Okay.
There's another one that is probably the most viscous. It's like almost a solid, and it's like very flesh toned and flesh colored. And then the last one, I'll even add something else to it. If you look at the flesh tone one long enough, it almost looks like fingers start to like come out of it, but then like suck back into the viscous. And then the last one is just like a straight. It almost just looks like poison, but you know it's not poison.
Take that one.
I will tell you it's not poison, but it's very bright, sickeningly green.
Well, obviously, I'm just gonna do the health thing.
Yes. So roll 2d6. He's like, fun. Here. Cast a spell over you.
At 2.
Okay.
I think
Well,
I'm just
my
gonna do
HP
the
is at
health
14.
thing too. I had choices for my last trait that I really wanted.
Oh, okay. Oh man. All right. That's fine. But you take
Well, I
the
could
mist
also
one.
switch it up.
You can always
Yeah,
take it, see
that's
if
the
you
thing,
like it, and
yeah.
switch it out.
And then you might be able to keep some of the benefits that it gives.
Well, which one
Yeah.
did you want, Johnny?
The misty one.
I'll do the green one. Whatever poison
Okay.
it is.
It's not
Fun.
poison. This is so fun. Johnny, you drink this. It just sort of like evaporates down your throat, essentially. And all of a sudden, you realize that you have the ability to create shadow clones of yourself at will.
Oh, I wanted that one. God damn.
So you have the echo trait.
Is that what you wanted as your last one?
Dope.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think it's fine as long as one of us has it. It's pretty good. Actually,
It's
probably
very cool.
especially if Gawain has it.
It's very cool.
Oh, it's just mirror image, but they can attack.
But they can actually deal damage, which makes
That's insane.
Gawain a fighting powerhouse.
Quantum duplicator.
Create 1d6 shadow clones. Holy shit.
Yeah. Also, never sleep on the items it provides as well. Each trait,
Yeah, they're cool.
because
They're
Yeah.
always cool.
So you do this almost reflexively, and then coalesce back into a single form. Sir Quintus, when you drink this, you all see Sir Quintus disintegrate in front of your eyes
Oh,
into a blob
oh,
that you move around in. And then a little bit of time passes, a moment passes, and Sir Quintus forms back into his normal self. You have the ooze trait and
That's
can
from Chris.
transform into, yes, a gelatinous substance at will.
Secret of the ooze.
there is.
Danny, you sure you don't want to take the last potion and decide if you want to replace it with something?
me,
Yeah.
but I won't even know what I'm replacing it with. I mean, like I would have to just get rid of something.
Yeah, you would. But I'll tell you what it is, and you can decide.
Well, then I feel like I had an advantage that the other two players didn't have when they chose
Okay,
their
all right.
potion.
Okay, all right, you're right.
I think I'm fine
You're
just
right.
not taking it. I already chose to take
Okay.
the health and I rolled a 2. But my HP's 14 now.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
I
good.
just went from pretty dang squishy to pretty dang not.
All right, rewards done. Quest over. I'll see you back at Camelot. I mean, come visit me sometime.
All right,
We
Merlin.
will make sure to.
Don't forget, Arthur said to. I mean, I assume the king wants whatever you found.
What a strange fellow.
I'm assuming you leave, make your way to
Yeah.
where
As we leave
where
the house, all the crows that were following me are just perched on top of the house.
Yeah. Yeah. It's as they follow you too, the closer you get to where you know that Sir Arthur and his forces are camped, your crows start going crazy. And you know that there is massive loss of life in your immediate future. And it's like as you're seeing that you crest the hill and see King Arthur's forces and King Lot's forces gathering on two ends of a battlefield. And you know that it is time. It is unavoidable that a war has begun. And we will see you next week.
Oh man.
Wow.
Wow. You guys want to know what the last potion was going to do?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was going to give you limbs.
Oh, yep. I looked at that one.
Yeah. So you just get extra limbs.
That's
No,
so
I was
funny.
like, I feel like I'm just only gonna choose traits for Karis. That's like the mindset I was in. I was like, I'm gonna choose anything that, like seems like magical. And I was looking at a lot of like the fist ones. I forget that fist is also like supernatural, and so there's a lot of those like.
There's a lot of magic stuff in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's you know, when you open it up to both games, there's a lot you can choose. Well, wonderful. Well, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited to
it's a
see a
blast.
giant battle as a quest, essentially.
Oh wow.
And we'll see you next week. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.